Hey, what's going on, everybody? Big J Gleez here. Welcome to part 4 of the video ebook series, and the first part we're going to look at is PA seams. And we're going to take a look at this from the right hash, as the setup is different depending on what hash you're on. And the first setup, we're going to take B and slant him to the left, and we're going to take the Y receiver and we're going to use the right stick and hit up to put him on an outside fade. The first time we run this play, we do run the play action, and you'll notice that it allows X to get outside. The second time we run this play, we are going to take a look at the tight end on the vertical on the right, and notice this slant actually pulls the zone defender down, and we're able to hold up and bullet pass this. And this is pretty consistent. It is something that you have to read. You can't just automatically throw it, but more often than not, you will be able to throw this against cover 3. The next thing we're going to take a look at is the Y receiver, and we're going to lob this over top. And against the cover 3, this is consistently open, so if you have enough time, you're going to be able to score 6. Next thing we're going to do is take a look at this play versus man, and we have two major reads right here. We have the B route and the X route. The X route absolutely whoops man. He gets off the bump and he gets open every single time. We also have the B route, which is a slant pattern, and that also gets open against man. He will come off the bump and he will break inside with inside position every single time for a big gain. If you notice in these later plays, I'm actually not running the play action, and to cancel the play action, all you have to do is block the running back. And like I said before, you'll notice that the B route gets extremely open over the middle. The next thing we're going to take a look at is this play and this setup versus a cover 2. Now, cover 2 does give this a bit of a problem. We still have the B route that gets really open over the middle as the zones drop back, but all of the other routes are pretty much protected pretty well. If you're getting a steady diet of cover 2 when you're on the right hash, you can leave the Y receiver on his corner route. And you'll notice as we run this play, the X keeps the flat defender down, and you're able to bullet pass this down and to the outside. When you bullet pass it, you want to click on the receiver and cut the ball off and hit Y. As you'll notice right there on those two examples, I'm able to cut the ball off and make the catch for a big gain. Next, we're going to take a look at the PA seams from the left hash, and the setup is different. We're going to block the running back and slant A, and you'll notice that the route on the right gets inside position on that corner and goes over top of the zones, and we bullet pass that down into the inside, cut it off, and catch it. And again, that's something that you're going to have to read. That's not something that is 100%, but it is most of the time. You'll notice that the Y route gets extremely open on the corner ball. The X, again, keeps the flat defender down, and the corner on the outside, for whatever reason, gets very confused, spins around, and you're able to bullet pass that down into the outside, click on, and catch it. Man, that's beautiful, isn't it? So next we're going to take a look at is the A route. And the A route, you can do anything that you want really with that route, as long as it's going over the middle. You can put them on an in, you can put them on a slant, you can put them on a drag. It doesn't really matter. It's completely up to you, and depending on what the defense is actually giving you. Just be sure that you make the read properly and throw it where he isn't defended. You'll also notice that if you do put him on a slant, that the X route will actually pull the flat to the outside and keep it down. So that's why we leave the X route there. We'll notice that the flat defender gets pulled out to the left and is forced to stay down, indicated by those arrows. And watch as the play starts. The flat defender will run out there to guard the X, and this vacates a huge area in the field. And right there, that's actually what's called a mesh concept. And with the mesh concept, we're able to exploit the cover 3 by pulling that flat zone out of the area. This is something that you can use not only on this play, but in many plays in the game. Get creative with it, play around with it, and use this for other plays that you create in this offense or any offense that you build on your own. Next, we're going to take a look at this play versus a cover 2. And against this cover 2, the X route again is going to be important here. We're going to pull that flat zone down, and we're going to be able to catch this corner ball right over top of that flat zone and underneath the safety. And again, we bullet pass that down into the outside, click on, cut it off, and catch it ourselves. We have the A route that's also a good option. Again, on his in route, his slant route, whatever you want to put him on, he is going to be a good option underneath the coverage. We're going to take a look at this play versus man, and the crossing pattern on A, again, is open. We also have the corner ball on the left side with Y that gets extremely open. He will smoke that guy, particularly if it's a linebacker. If it is a corner, you may have to read it, so don't automatically throw it. But be aware that if it's a linebacker, he's going to absolutely smoke him, and more times than not, if it's a corner, he's going to beat him as well. The X route again is open as the defense tries to bump, and he comes off the bump and absolutely smokes that guy to the sideline. The next play that we're going to look at is the Rams Y out, and this play is not hash specific. The hot routes on this play are to just block the running back and put Y on an in. The reads are extremely simple. As the underneath receivers keep the zones down, and we're able to hit B over top, and we throw that ball by holding down and left and bullet passing it. Click on, cut it off, and catch it. Both the in and the drag on the left side of the field are extremely open, and the best part about this is if someone decides to blitz, because their routes are going to the same area, we also have blockers out in front, which is always a good thing. So you'll take notice right here as I run this against a blitz and I'm able to hit the Y route, I do have blockers out in front of me, and even though I stink and I messed up, you can see that this could be an extremely big gain. I've actually taken this play for touchdowns many times in game. Against man, we're going to hit the A route. The A route gets extremely open and smokes that guy, whether it's a corner or a linebacker. It doesn't matter. Both routes on the left side, the in and the drag, both get open against man, and they are also decent options here. We'll see in the next two plays an example of how both the X and the Y route do get open. Now, the B route does get open against man. He will get pressed, and it is a bit of a delay with him coming off of the line of scrimmage, but you can throw it if you have enough time. There is a trick to it, and I'm going to teach you this trick. You want to make sure that you motion him slightly to the outside, and right when he takes his first step, snap the ball. And by doing that, that ensures that he gets an inside release. And we'll take a look at this again in slow motion. Notice that slight motion, snap the ball, he'll get inside position, throw it down into the outside, click on, cut it off, and catch it. And this is consistent. But I want to make sure that you know that to catch that ball and to get him inside position every time, you have to do that motion. We're going to take a look at this play against cover 2. And against cover 2, both of our underneath routes are open, as well as the B route going across the set. Now, when you throw this B route, you have to make sure that he crosses that middle linebacker. Notice that he crossed the middle linebacker. I throw it down into the outside, click on and catch it, and you can catch it right underneath that deep zone. And we'll take a look at this again in slow motion. You have to make sure that he goes past that middle linebacker as middle linebackers drop back deeper in cover 2 defenses. This is something that's extremely important, and if you throw it too early, you're going to be throwing interceptions. So that covers all of the pass plays that we're going to be running out of this set. Since this video has been a little bit long, I'm actually going to break this formation up into 2 different videos. The next video is going to talk about running the football. We're going to talk about 2 plays in particular. We're going to talk about the counter, and we're going to talk about the inside zone, both of which are complementary of one another and allow us to attack the defense in multiple ways. We're going to go over which fronts to run them against, which fronts not to run them against, and we're going to make sure that you have success running the ball from this formation. So that's it. It's Big J Gleez. Thanks for checking in. Remember to click that subscribe button and continue to game strong.